Olive oil soap is a pain in the. Hello sunshines, welcome to the channel. My name is Saru and this is the beginning of a series, Single Oil Soap and Their Behaviors. Today's honorable guest is none other than the Pomace Olive Oil. Before we begin, I have a few questions. How many oils are there in your soap recipe? Why do you need so many? Which oil do you blame when things go wrong with the final product? This is why it's important to know the properties of each oil and their contribution to a bar of soap. A little disclaimer, I live in a warm and humid country where coconut and palm oil are liquid here and I soap at room temperature for most days. My findings may vary from your experience. If they do, please leave a comment. I would love to know. Getting back to the soap station, this is a 100-gram batch. I am using hand stirring method so that we can see the speed of saponification without any interference from technology. It took 6.3 minutes and an elbow cramp before a decent trace. At first, I chose a 3D mold. Now, 3D mold can be a hassle to unmold, especially when we are dealing with soft soaps. So I made another batch the next day and poured it into a regular mold. Thank God, because even after 2 weeks, I couldn't unmold the 3D version. Ended up freezing it. The individual molds didn't have an issue, came out clean, but the sides were still soft and pliable. They went into the curing process. After 2 months, this happened. Discoloration and spotting, a sign of rancidity. This is typical in my climate. The excessive fat on the soap surface oxidizes and invites germs. Now, if the calculations are done correctly, why would there be unsaponified fat in a bar of soap? Let me explain. Olive oil is dense in calories and contains fats, sodium, carbohydrate, fiber, sugar, protein, as well as vitamin E and K. A lye calculator will predict how much lye is needed to convert fats into fatty acid metal salt. That's just a fancy way of saying soap. And I say predict because the fat content in fruit varies depending on the country and climate or season they are grown, meaning oil and butter from the same country will have different fat profiles throughout the year. Olive oil is high in unsaturated fat. These are unstable and will readily bind with oxygen in the air, causing oxidation, also known as discoloring. On the bright side, this free-floating fatty acid is what makes Castile soap so special. In this lather test, you will be able to see how the soap coats my palm with a layer of fat. The bar is sleek and slippery. On the downside, the fat reduces bubble, resulting in a thick and dense layer that requires some work. In my opinion, even though the Castile soap does provide high conditioning and moisturizing effect to the skin, all the rubbing takes it away. In the shower, a soap tray with heavy drainage is a must. Here, I have placed the soap on a slanted surface of a windowsill without any tray. It doesn't get wet constantly and the airflow is high, but still I ended up with a sluggish mess within a week. Maybe a soap saver could do a better job. I don't know. I don't have one. Maybe I should get one. Anyway, I'm keeping the soap under two different environments to see how they perform in storage. One is a regular curing rack and another is in a closed jar. Will keep you guys updated when I see any changes. Don't forget to comment your suggestions or opinions. Until then, see you in the next video.